Welcome back to Wigan Weekly, your go-to podcast for all things Latics. I'm Charlie, and I'm joined as always by Curtis. We've got a cracking episode for you today. Let's get straight into it.
Right, first up, we've got last week's derby against Bolton, which was a huge one for us, and with a brilliant 2-0 win, it made the derby even sweeter. Charlie, I've got a few categories for you to rank the away day experience and give it an overall score. Ready? Okay, so first up, stadium atmosphere. How was the crowd and energy at the stadium?
It was very good. I was very impressed. I think it's arguably the best atmosphere I've ever experienced at a Wigan game. I mean, I know it was our first away game, and atmosphere is definitely better at an away game. But it felt different, especially being a derby day. I mean, the one thing I will say is it's a no we didn't sell out, but it is what it is.
But it was still quite full, though. It did take over 3,000.
We did, but then when you compare it to like the Wrexham game, I mean, Wrexham sold out already, so that's
Yeah,
a bit
but
annoying,
we've not been given as high as an allocation for that, though, have we?
We've not, but but again, it's a local game. I mean, it's arguably the most local game of the season, so,
Yeah, but then there was quite a lot of controversy around the fact that it was quite expensive, like 19 quid for between the age of 12 to 18 and 30 quid for an adult. A lot of people were a bit reluctant to pay that.
It had been a summer game. I couldn't understand it, but yeah, I think near Christmas. I mean, I know people we were next to in the stadium at the late on game. They were very adamant that we're not paying £30 near Christmas. We can't really afford it. But yeah, so I can understand that factor. But at the end of the day, it was a great game, and it was money well spent for me.
Yeah, I mean the time and the fixture is a bit unfortunate, but what we've got to bear in mind is we're charging their fans pretty much the exact same amount as what they charged us. So
Exactly. But but I'd say. Yeah, atmosphere is very good.
So
Really
out of
enjoyable
10.
game. We sang for the full 90 minutes. What do you say?
I said, so out of 10, what are you giving it?
Out of 10, I'd probably give it an 8.5 out of 10.
Very good. Okay, so next up we got travel convenience. Was it easy to get there and back?
I mean, you with me, I'd say so. I didn't see any problems. I've gone to our coach pretty easily. There's no problems. We even printed off our tickets and we didn't even get checked, so that was quite interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it was the first time we'd ever been on the supporters club coaches, but yeah, they basically come round with a register and you got to tick yourself off on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a decent setup. I mean, it works. It flowed quite quickly, but it was okay. I mean, it wasn't very lively. I mean, the coach we got on was a lot more of the families, the only children, so I didn't expect that anyway. But in future, I think if I was you, I mean, I'd recommend. Yeah, I definitely recommend getting supporters club buses, convenient, cheap, affordable. Really.
So what are we giving the convenience out of 10 then for travel?
I'd give it a 7 out of 10.
Very good. Okay, so next up, the location. How was the area around the stadium? So obviously there was quite a lot around the stadium, so would you like to get into it?
Yeah, go on. I think I would say there is some similarities to a DW. I think the way it's the brick, shall I say. There was a few similarities. I think, obviously, both next to decently sized big park. But I say that. Middlebrook's the biggest in the UK. But yeah, you know what I mean. But in terms of, I think, the area, a lot of places to eat, so that's convenient for the fans. Obviously, the train station's pretty much like a few yards from the stadium.
Yeah, so and that was completely packed as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of trouble, a lot of police around there. So personally, I would avoid that as an away fan. I feel like it will probably cause a bit of an abruption with the home fans. But yeah, it is really. I mean, it was derby day, as expected.
Certainly. So out of 10, what are we giving the location?
I'd say a bit rural. I mean, it's one of those sort of stadiums that if you didn't know it was there and you were just going past it, you'd be surprised and you'd be like, oh wow, there's a stadium there,
Yeah.
It is it's in quite a hilly area in it, so good views of Lancashire. It's got quite a nice scenery. I think out of 10, I probably would give it a. I don't know. In terms of facilities like food and stuff, I'd give it a 7. But then in terms of the area, I'd rate a 5. It's not really in the greatest area. It could be a bit closer to Bolton, because I always say that it's in Horwich, it's actually in Bolton. So,
Yeah, because they'd probably class that as part of Bolton, but obviously it is about 4 miles away from the town centre.
Yeah, it is.
So for location then, just based on location.
6 out of 10.
6, right. Okay, so next up we've got the facilities. So were the seating, amenities and food options up to standard?
Seating was quite good. A lot of leg room, which is good at a football stadium because at the DW, I will admit, it is not very good. I mean, I have very, very bad legs after a game. I mean, I say that though, leg room. Me and Curtis stood the entire game.
Exactly. I was thinking that we didn't really sit down apart from half time, so can't have been that bad.
But when sitting down, plenty of leg room. So that was quite So seating was quite good. Good allocation as well, obviously for the away fans. I'm not gonna lie. I don't actually know what amenities means. I'm not gonna lie.
I think it's just to do with sort of the facilities. So like, when we got into the stand, like the toilets and the other bits around.
Right, okay. Turnstiles. Include turnstiles. Obviously, lots
and
of
like the food stalls as well.
What's that?
And like the food stalls as well.
Yeah, there's decent. Obviously, a lot of the Bolton fans with their scarves and programs flogging them outside the stand, which is good to see in football because I feel like a lot of teams now are sort of missing. I don't think they're as popular as they used to be, scarves and programs, but it's all gone digital now, so that's good to see. But yeah, lots of security checks. We got through turnstiles. Food-wise, I did have a little bit look at food. Obviously, Bolton pride themselves on preferring pasties over pies, which is the main difference between our clubs. But I didn't really, we didn't try any food, so I couldn't really comment too much. In terms of like toilets and stuff, I was not impressed. They were a bit of state of toilets.
They were really quite run down compared to ours, weren't they? Yeah,
they were. They're very old-fashioned, very dirty. I think compared to DW, the DW wins all day for hygiene and cleanliness.
Okay, so taking the facilities into account for everything we've talked about there, what would we give it out of 10?
I probably would give it a 6.5 out of 10. It was okay. Wasn't anything special, but it was okay.
Okay, right, sound. And final one, overall match day vibes. Did the day feel enjoyable overall?
I think regardless of what the stadium had, it was always going to be a good day. It was our first derby, it was our first away game, but the stadium added to that, and it was a very enjoyable away day. A good match day. I said it all really. I think the only thing that would have added to it was maybe trying some food might have been something we could have added to the experience. But apart from that, I'm very happy.
Yeah, I'd say it was quite a good experience. Especially because we got the result. I think we knew sort of going into it that we had the nerves, but I think as well with such a good track record against them, we sort of had a bit of confidence, and the players wanted to deliver, and they did.
Yeah, definitely.
So for the overall match day vibes, what are we saying?
Overall, what rating out of 10?
Yeah, for the match day vibes.
I'd probably go for I'd give it a solid 8 out of 10. Really good match day. Really good experience. Yeah, one I won't forget.
Sounds. So that is 5 questions about different categories that you've now answered, which gives Bolton away an overall score of 36 out of 50.
Not bad. I think that's deserved.
Very good, yeah. I'm sure people will be happy with that score.
I hope so. Any Bolton fans watching, are you happy with what we say about the club? Because it's not certainly got a decent setup. One thing that we'll add though is that the club shop was absolutely sublime when it occurred.
Yeah, I knew I needed to mention that, but I've forgotten about it. But yeah, that club shop was definitely up there.
Really are. It felt like a Premier League sort of one. It was busy, it was modern, it had everything you want really.
Yeah, because we attached a couple of photos in our latest video and you talked over them, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. Brilliant.
But yeah, if you've not checked out the match day vlog, it's definitely one to watch. We sort of what I did was with that vlog is I've actually put it into chapters as well. So if you scroll to the bottom of the video, if you're looking for a specific part, you can just tap on it. Yeah,
you certainly can, guys. It's a vlog that we were excited to film and we enjoyed filming. So I'm hoping that you enjoy watching it as much as we enjoyed making it.
Yeah, certainly, because a lot of work went into that, especially for the intro. We had to make sure we did that in advance because it took a while.
It certainly did.
Anyway, swiftly moving on to this weekend. So we're back at the Brick to face Shrewsbury Town, who are currently at the bottom of the League One table. On paper, this should be a game where we keep the momentum going after last week's performance. What do you think, Charlie?
Well, I think it's obvious. if we can play that last week, I think there should be no problems here. We should easily get a win. Obviously, the rock bottom, but at the same time, and that could work against us. And Shrewsbury could just be in the mood and the man, and there might be more from us. So
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like we felt in a similar way against Leyton Orient.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Leyton Orient should not happen. That was a really bad game. That was probably the worst game we've seen so far this season.
Yeah. Okay, so would you like me to give you a rundown with our overall club record against Shrewsbury?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, so against them, we've won 11 games, drawn 8, and lost 5.
I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, we've not met them too many times compared to some clubs, but yeah, we got an okay record. But
and the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games we've won against them. The last 6.
That's good. Yeah, that's good. What's about 2016 onwards? Yeah, something like that.
Well, these 6 games are from April 2021 up until February 2024. 2 games before that, which were in 2020 and 2017, we drew. Last time we lost was on the 9th of September 2017, where it was 1-0.
It's not bad. It's not bad at all. I think I do like Shrewsbury, bit of a nice club, friendly club in Shropshire, but
yeah,
obviously
the thing is we didn't concede a goal to them last season, and we haven't.
Yeah, and obviously we got to remember that former Wigan man Showdown got his red card in last season's home fixture, an early red card, which certainly gave us a bit of momentum and put us in the driving seat for most of that game. I think it was 2-0.
Yes, it was. It was 2-0 in October 2023. You're right.
It was, yeah.
And then at home, it was a narrow 1-0 for us.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, in terms of managers, they've gone through quite a few in the last couple of years. Obviously, it was Sam Ricketts was the last long-term one, really. And then obviously in came Steve Cotterhill. He had a bit of tenure, and then since then they've had Matt Taylor and Paul Hurst, who both enjoyed very short spells. But obviously, to the present day, it's Gavin Ainsworth, who's only been there for just over a month. So, I mean, it's still early days. We've not really seen much of him. Obviously, he's a manager with a decent record. Obviously, he was brilliant for Wickham. He struggled at QPR. He couldn't replicate what he did at Wickham with QPR. But so far at Shrewsbury, I mean, he did beat Birmingham, which he deserves a lot of credit for. But obviously, I think the argument is it just sacking a manager and placing him with an experienced one might not be enough to get the job done. So a lot of work needed by Shrewsbury and Gareth Ainsworth.
Thank you. That's a good summary for that one. Should we talk about other stuff regarding Shrewsbury? Have you looked at any sort of predicted lineups or anything?
I mean, I think going forward with our predicted lineup, I think that we'll probably go for a similar team that we did start, obviously, against Bolton. I think formation could change a little bit. But I think pending any injuries, and as far as I'm aware, I don't actually think we've got any new injuries. Have we, Kurt?
Not as far as I'm aware either, no. Because, I mean, we were going to talk about articles later on in this article. Not in this article, in this podcast, but there's not really much going on this week. It's been a bit of a slow one.
Yeah, it hasn't really. I mean, I think the main thing that we did and the club have done, obviously, it was their annual visit to Wigan Hospital to visit some of the poor children, and that's it. And that was it's always a good gesture to see both the Warriors and the Latics doing their job to put a smile to some poor kiddies.
Absolutely, it's small things like that that can make such a huge difference to these people that are
definitely
in the hospital.
Absolutely. But I mean, I think in terms of team, I mean, I'm looking at last week's lineup against Bolton. I mean, obviously we shaped up with a 4-1-4-1, which has been sort of the go-to the last couple of weeks. I mean, Sam Tickle, he'll be in goal, won't he? Let's face it. Civic actually, I mean, Toby Civic at right back, he played okay against Bolton. He was certainly involved quite a lot. Him and Johnny Smith in the wing, they both did quite well. I think Civic might be dropped for Carragher. I'd like to see James Carragher at some point. It's been a while since he made a start. Johnny Smith, I don't know, maybe. I think he's a player that does get injury prone he's a player that's definitely prone to get an injury, but I think with ranking out, he needs the same team, really, because I think the quality's lacking a bit there. I mean, Jason and Kieran Aimson, those two should be safe. They're both doing a good job at the moment. For left back, I don't really know what to say about left back. I think Paul Dummett's entitled to a start sooner or later. I mean, Session did okay against Bolton. I mean, nothing special, so maybe Paul Dummett comes in. Midfield, I do think we might go back to 4-2-3-1, or maybe we'll stick to it. I don't know. I'm going to say Matt Smith, will keep his place. I think we'll probably see Jensen Weir come in. Will Tello start? I don't know. Tello's probably due a bit of a rest at some point. Smith in the wing, as I've already stated. I think Silko Thomas, hopefully he keeps his place, because that was by far a brilliant performance for him. He finally stood out and he finally got a bit of recognition. No goal though, sadly. And then up front, maybe, I think Joe Hugel. I mean, Taylor got man of the match, he was brilliant, but I don't think it will be him. I think it will be Joe Hugel up front.
Very good. I'd like to see a lot of these lineups that you've predicted to be spot on, because that sounds pretty good to me.
Thanks, I appreciate the support. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So is that a wrap for this week?
I mean, as it was stated, it has been quite a slow week with news. I think the Shrewsbury game is the only real big thing that's going on this week, really. I mean, obviously, a big block coming up on Saturday. Hopefully, we get the win, although I don't think it's going to be an easy game by any means. I think Ainsworth might part of the whole team might for a draw, maybe. So I think Maloney just needs to make sure that he sticks to what happened at Bolton, because that Bolton game, the team, I mean, something clicked and we were 10 times better, weren't we, Kurt?
Yeah, I mean, even though the stats would say that we got outplayed in terms of possession and stuff, it's the fact that we can actually create these chances and, get them in the net. Yeah,
it really is. But as I say, guys, I think my prediction, I'm going to probably say a 1-0, maybe a 2-0. I think maybe an early goal, maybe a late goal. But we should just snatch the win. But fingers crossed we do, because, a win would be crucial.
Yeah, we need to keep climbing the table. Yeah,
and final game before Christmas, if it has to end with a bang. One thing I will say is, anyone watching this video, let us know on our DMs on Instagram if there's anything, if any Christmas content you specifically want to see in the video. We'll try and add it in if we can.
Yeah, so I was wondering if you're going to mention that obviously this week's vlog's going to be the last one of 2024, so we're going to do it Christmas themed. So we're going to try and put some work into it, so hopefully we get the result, but if we don't, we should hopefully still have a nice video to put out.
I mean,
get some food reviews in and stuff.
Last vlog, and hopefully not the last video. I think we'll try and get a video out to do at least next week. Mind you, a little League One rundown of what happened over the weekend, but we'll see about that. But thanks for watching, guys, and thanks for joining me, Curtis, as usual.
No worries. It's my pleasure.
And until next time, guys, I hope you enjoyed this 7th episode of Wigan Weekly. And until next time, we wish you a very good Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas.